Increase throttle and then wind down the revs. Increasing objective and then winding down the revs. Fine, going down again.
Yep, remember you don't need to close it, you don't need to split the needles again, we've already split the needles.
It's just down to 95.
Yeah, as you did on the first flight earlier today.
So winding revs again, just up to 80 and it will take over. Okay. That's it then.
Helicopter Golf Oscar Juliet Alpha November.
Golf Oscar Juliet Alpha November, Golf
Oscar Juliet Alpha November, information Romeo 1011 is set, request lift, cross runway 22, first time the helicopter departure to the north to Kirby.
Golf Alpha November by X-ray, cross runway 22, standard helicopter departure north, clear for takeoff with 25015 knots.
Okay, you have control.
Okay, I have control.
We'll see how far we get with this taxi, but at least you can get us airborne.
Okay, so looking outside, all clear. Warning lights are out, engine revs are good, T's and P's are in the green, carb heat is 9. Fuel, we have just over half a tank on each tank. So plenty of fuel for an hour or so. Ready to take off.
Put it forward, that's it, just get much far back there. Okay, push forward slightly, just to compensate for that wind. There we go. Okay, so.
There we go, so we're waiting for.
Yeah, so work really hard on those pedals.
Yeah.
So we need to turn it 90 degrees.
Left or to the right?
Yeah, well, that way, that's the way to take off, isn't it? We've got to taxi up to Yankee.
Yankee.
Next rate. Slow and steady. You've got a good crosswind, we're almost quite downwind, but a good crosswind on there, so you've got to be light and active. Try not to be rigid on the controls, including that cyclic.
Worcester, approach redhead 63, request basic service.
Keep going.
Red 63, stand by.
Okay, I have control. Save the pain where you are before we get going.
Yeah, when you're in ETL and you're beating the wind, it's a lot more stable, isn't it?
Absolutely. Okay. You have control.
I have control. So keeping below 700.
Yep.
Climbing out to the north, just over the golf course, and then turn right to the north.
Yep, so yeah, over the car park.
Yeah.
And then out to the north.
Station calling Worcester Tower, pass your message.
Redhead 63, currently 27 miles from Recklow on a QDM of 074. Altitude 3,000 feet, QNH 1011 with information Romeo.
Okay, Brenton, we do have snow showers to the north.
Yeah.
We go to the west side of that.
We'll just track up north. We'll catch a little bit of it, but
It'll look nice in the video anyway.
yeah, until I see those. Just come a little bit further round to the north. We're not aiming straight at it. We'll just skim it past.
Stand by, Redhead 63.
There we are. And with visible moisture, we'll have the carb heat fully out for the moment. I have some nice little pictures of the snow.
Almost like smoke, isn't it?
Yeah. A little bit of turbulence as we go through. There's no traffic at the moment, so we don't want to worry about our height.
I think it's probably this cloud here producing, isn't it?
Yeah. And look at all the flooding.
No. Every year though, isn't it? It's same as
Yeah.
wait, that seems particularly bad actually this year. That's I've not seen that bad for a very long time actually.
Yeah. So cross-check your string and your ball.
Yeah.
Red 63, request your intentions after the approach.
Still land, Red 63.
Red 63.
So still plug up to 2000?
Yep. Good.
Okay, approaching 2000, building speed 70 knots. Turbulent. It's a nice big blue gap here, so it should be a bit more settled.
Yep.
Golf Charlie Lima Romeo lost the tower.
Have a little bit of heat on up here, but if you start cooking, let me know.
Will do.
Bristol, sir, exam 18. Request start clearance.
Okay, so 70 knots, 2000 feet.
Cardiff, will be copied.
Running some checks. The height is 2000. Area is mainly rural fields. There are some major roads below. We head more towards the northwest, perhaps.
Yep.
We are still secured our seatbelts. Engine revs, warning lights are out. Revs are in the green, T's and P's are in the green. Carb heat is 10 and fully out. Off the ground. Ready for auto rotation.
Okay. You do the shout.
Practice auto rotation. Go.
Up on the lever. So 65 knots is the number we're looking for, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to look
ready
to
to fill
recover.
out?
Yeah.
Perfect now.
Speed. Back up we go.
Well, those houses there are a bit isolated. Look at those.
Oh,
Really nice in summer, not so great in the winter.
horrible.
Okay, building speed 60 again and climbing to 2000. Shall I go back this?
Yeah, just cross over the river.
Yeah. Wow. I've not seen much of this on the news, but this is pretty bad, isn't it?
This is bad, yeah. It hasn't been this bad for a while.
That's Tewkesbury here, is it?
That's Tewkesbury, yeah.
Yeah. They had lots of flooding work done, didn't they, a few years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, don't fancy those starting caravans down there. I think they might be on stilts, so I still wouldn't want to be there.
No, definitely not. You'd never get dry, would it? Just have to relocate it. Wow.
That hut over there, I don't know what it is. Farm building.
Yeah.
Just swamped.
The farmer's got all the livestock and moved it somewhere else.
Oh, yes. Yep. Okay, so important that we need to catch those rotor RPM earlier on the entry. So lever fully down and straight away just a small pull up again, only about an inch of the collective.
Yeah.
But again, those revs were going well up to the 110 mark, which we don't want to be doing.
No.
It causes damage to the spindles in the rotor bearing, which ends up in long-term continued overspeeds like that will end up with new blades being required.
Right. Expensive. Okay, 2000, building speed 70. Leveling off. So maintain its heading. I guess we can sort of
Yeah, this will do for the moment.
stay to the left-hand side of this water. So height is 2,100.
Cleared RP approach from 827 report at Reclo.
Speed is 70.
Cleared the RMP 27 approach, CH1011, will carry weather 6.
Area is rural fields. We are still secured our seatbelts.
Or going around for right hand.
Warning lights are out. Engine revs are good. Turbulence there. T's and P's are in the green. Carb heat is 10. And fully out. Build 70 again.
Okay.
Ready for auto rotation.
Okay, you do your shout.
So we'll look out. Practice auto rotation, go.
Right pedal.
Okay, putting out to auto rotation now.
Tower check all the aircraft, fucking flight, seed out 18 please.
Check 1 via taxiway Alpha enter runway 18 cross from 822.
Fire taxi Alpha, engine 18, foster 22, check 1.
Ring. Ring. Balance.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you then.
There we are.
Get it back to 60.
Okay, better control of the rotor RPM there. You did, as I said, just raise that collective lever up about an inch. Didn't overspeed. And you didn't put it up too much, so you didn't get the horn on, so well done.
Yeah.
Just want to work on that balance a little bit, particularly on the recovery.
Yeah.
Alright, let's come across sort of in line with the M50.
From 822, one vehicle crossing.
Okay. Left, all clear.
Redder 63 at Reclo.
Redhead 63, report no.
Will carry Redder 63.
Aero 52, right turn north, runway 22, clear
speed's quite up and down just because our attitude's changing quite a bit with the wind, I think. It just,
Yeah.
with a bit more power on it. Now we are heading for a great big puddle. Should we go to the left or right?
Yeah, you come slightly to the, go slightly that way.
I head more down
Don't
to the
want to
south.
track too far to the north. Fortunately it's into sun, but some of it's going to have to be.
Okay, so at 2000, building speed to 70 knots. Okay, so height is 2,100. Area is green fields with a few big puddles. We are still securing our seatbelts. Engine warning lights are out, T's and P's are in the green, engine revs are good. Carb heat is 5. Put in carb heat. Having a look out. I can't see anything to my side.
Okay.
Ready for auto rotation?
Okay.
Practice auto rotation, go.
Check 1 on runway 18, like to go back to the fire station, please.
Check 1, cross runway 22, proceed to the fire station via taxiway Alpha.
Crossing 22, proceed back to the fire station via taxiway Alpha, check 1.
Red 63, if I could put the fuel bowser on request at Babcock at 20 pounds.
Okay, putting out of auto rotation now.
Red 63, okay.
Climbing to 2000.
Okay, so we'll do a climbing turn onto a southerly heading this time.
So climbing to a southerly heading, looking left, seems to be all clear.
So our next auto rotation, we're going to enter on a southerly heading and turn into wind.
Okay, to the right to the wind or to the left?
The most convenient way into wind.
The west. Yeah. Yeah. Be able to get a turn in before we get over that water.
Okay.
Okay, 2000, building speed to 70 knots.
Gloucester Golf Juliet Mike Bravo Sierra.
So height is 2000, area is green fields with a trunk road below. We are still securing our seatbelts. Warning lights are out, engine revs are good, T's and P's are in the green, carb heat is 10 and now fully out. Last look out. Clear, ready for auto rotation.
Okay.
Practice auto rotation, go.
Tiny bit more right pedal. Balance and better.
Weather 63, not below, altitude 830 feet, runway 27, cleared low approach, surface wind 26012.
Not below 830 feet, runway 27.
Okay, putting out of auto rotation now.
We'll do a climbing turn this time to the right onto a northerly heading.
Climbing turn to the right, the northerly heading.
So yeah, in the turn you were out of balance if you looked at your string.
Yeah,
So it was sort of because of being out of balance and the gusting wind. If you're out of balance, the speed will read incorrectly.
right,
So that's why you're getting fluctuating speed changes
Yeah.
because of the balance and in the turn. So cross-check with that slip ball or the string. I mean, you've got two slip balls and a string, so you've got no excuses of not being able to spot balance.
true.
So this time we'll do entering on north and turning. This time a left-hand turn into wind on the auto.
Okay,
Redhead 63, new QNH 1012.
1012, weather 63.
All stations lost the broadcast, new QNH 1012. QNH 1012.
QNH 1012, arrows 52.
that's changed now, QNH, is it?
I've just done it.
Yeah. So coming up to 2000, building speed to 70 knots. So height is 2000, area is rural fields, a big puddle coming up. We are still secured on seatbelts, warning lights are out, revs are good, T's and P's are in the green, carb heat is 11. Carb heat's fully out.
Position after departure on track.
Ready for auto rotation?
Flight level 70, remain outside.
Practice auto rotation, go.
7726, next frequency Bristol 125.650.
Exam 18, hold position after departure, track Badham, climb flight level 70, remain outside controlled airspace, squawk 7726, next frequency Bristol radar 125.650, exam 18.
Exam 18 correct, report ready for taxi.
Local exam 18.
Okay, lifting from auto rotation now.
Good, that one was better. Controlled, a little bit slower, took your time, worked better.
Great, thank you.
Okay, so we'll now do a left-hand turn onto an easterly heading when you're stable. Just get yourself settled.
Okay, just evidence. Okay, climbing to an easterly heading, looking clear on the left, no visual traffic. Turning now. easterly heading and
Exam 18, taxi holding point
400 feet to climb.
27, via taxiway Alpha.
Okay, so the next auto rotation is going to be a 180-degree turn. So from east round onto west. I don't mind whether you go left or right. You can make that decision when you're ready.
Which one was best? Do you remember? Is it the left one, wasn't it?
Well, whichever one we do, the next one will be the other way, so...
Okay, fair enough. Are we going to try and do that before the flooding, or...?
If
Probably
you can
could do,
manage it,
actually.
if not...
Yeah. Let's pull some more power.
Fuel on tap.
No, I don't think we will.
Okay.
So I'll just carry over the 7th
Yeah,
now and
get
then
yourself
we'll,
settled.
Hold position.
Hold position, fuel on.
Bit cut off down there.
adjust.
This one's in the middle. I think the road's probably not even passable. They're definitely housebound.
No fun for them. Come on, dear.
Again?
No fun for them.
Right.
Terrible, really. So building to 70 knots. Getting a bit of extra height there, so I'm just going to burn that off a little bit. Though having more height probably a benefit, having to do 180s, or sorry, 360s.
Yep.
Okay, so 70 knots. Okay, so height is 2,100. Area is rural fields. We are still securing our seat belts. The warning lights are out. Engine revs are good. T's and P's are in the green. Carb heat is 11, going fully out. Ready for auto rotation.
Okay.
Having a last look out. Practice auto rotation, go.
Good afternoon, Grafton. Cross radar on the Air 744, good afternoon. 1012, just outside there, that's request taxi.
Area 03, Gloucester Tower, taxi to Holderby the pump.
Taxi, Holderby, the pump. Area 03. Area 52, just request frequency change to Fry's on 123.
I'm going to have to pull out because we're getting a little bit low now, I guess.
Area side 2, frequency change approved.
So pulling out.
Nickel Fry's, Area 5.
Exam 180, UQNH 1012.
1012, sat, exam 1 in.
Yep, could have done with a little bit more right pedal in that turn, in the auto rotation itself. If you looked at the slip balls, they were slightly, all agreeing that you were slightly out.
Yeah.
Just didn't have enough, quite enough right pedal in there.
Okay.
Alright, we'll stay on this heading whilst we climb up to 2,000 feet. And then when we get to 2,000 feet, we'll do a level turn, back round onto an easterly heading, and do a right-hand auto rotation, turning from east onto west.
Direct report east to beam.
Station service, hopping, Wilco.
Fuel 2, proceed to Babcock via taxiway Alpha.
Proceed to Babcock via taxi Alpha, fuel 1.
Area 03, taxi holding point Echo 1, cross runway 27.
Taxi Echo 1, crossing 27, there's a
Tell this footage to the news. The fabulous property down here to the right, just about 1 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
Glorious.
yeah,
Staying dry as well, so he's got the right idea.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm approaching 2,000 now. I might as well put a turn in as we're climbing, heading back to an easterly heading.
Okay.
Looking to the left, looks all clear.
it's just working on that attitude with the cyclic on those turns. Because we slowed down to 50 knots, we've increased more height.
Yeah.
That's purely because of the attitude change, the cyclic.
Just like that. So if I build now and just lay off the power a bit, we should drop down to 2000.
Well, if you hold it at 60 knots, if that's where you are and you want it out, so with time you should be able to level off from the climb and turn.
At the same time?
Yeah. At the moment you can sort of do what you can do a turn or you can do a climb, and you can do a climbing turn, but levelling off in the climb, you haven't mastered sort of at that point.
Okay, so we are 2,000 feet, 70 knots. Area is green fields with a major road going down there. Not sure what that is. That's the M5, I think.
It is.
Area is many fields, green fields. Speed again. We are securing our seatbelts still.
Area 03, runway 22, surface condition is 555, wet. Line up on weight, number 2 for departure.
Okay, now start haze again. So height is 2,000, just under. Area is green fields. We are still securing our seatbelts. Warning lights are out. Engine revs are good. T's and P's are in the green. Carb heat is 10-11, now fully out. Having one last look out. Nothing around. Ready for auto rotation?
Okay.
Practice, auto rotation, go.
Southwestbound, right turn northeast, runway 22, clear for takeoff, surface wind 25016.
Clear for takeoff 22 with the right hand turn at Elizabeth.
Gloucester Golf Juliet Mike Bravo Sierra, another ground run please.
Golf Juliet Mike Bravo Sierra, Gloucester Tower, starter please.
Okay, pulling out now.
Exam 18, procedural service, report passing, flight level 50.
Procedural service will go.
The balance. Yeah, so you need to work on that balance.
Balance, yeah, it's one of the last things I check, unfortunately. So put it to prioritise it a bit more. And it climbs better when it's in trim anyway, much more efficient.
Everything's much nicer when it's in Okay, so we'll carry on this heading. We'll go up to 2,500 feet this time, and then you can have a go at a 360-degree turn.
Okay. Maintain heading?
Yes, we'll start on west and finish on west, roughly speaking.
6 miles east beam.
Omea 744, report south of the field and changing to Kemble.
Okay, 744.
Area 03, basic service, reporting you.
Basic service will go Elizabeth.
Amazing they built that many homes so close to the 7, knowing it floods every year. But they struggle with insurance.
Yeah, I would imagine, yeah. Nightmare, I think.
Yeah. These ones here looks like they're quite far away from the 7, but they're still
Oh yeah,
very close, aren't they?
Yeah, it's sort of the Tewkesbury floodplain, that bit in the middle. So hopefully nobody has any bright ideas to fill those bits in with buildings.
Yeah.
Because I'll definitely have to raise the land.
Yeah.
I'm at 744 now, changing number with Campbell. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
I'm here 744, free call, Campbell 118.430, bye-bye.
Goodbye, 744.
It's still snowing on the Black Mountains, it looks like.
Yeah.
Exam 18, contact Bristol, bye-bye.
Contact Bristol 125650, exam 18.
So 2,250, 2,300. Get it over 4 and then we'll start to level out. So 2,500-ish.
Okay, so by the time we've finished our checks, we should be on the other side of the water.
Okay.
As far as the auto is concerned, I don't mind whether you do a right or a left-hand turn. Choice is yours, whichever you feel comfortable with. The key is to make sure our revs are controlled in that turn.
Okay. I think we need to be quite a way over the water first, I guess.
Yeah. So you can start your checks in the meantime.
Yeah, so height is a bit higher than we thought, so it's going to bring it down to 2,500.
Give back to base, side taxiway Alpha.
Pushing the base side taxiway Alpha, fuel 1.
Our speed is 70, still too high, so I'm just going to lower the power down a little bit. I think we're putting too much there.
I've got a series of ground runs. Do you want me to let you know when I complete on the last Thomas Keeler?
Golf Bravo Sierra, roger.
Okay, levelling off again now. Okay, are we clear enough now, do you think?
Okay.
Yep, so height is 2,500, speed 70, area is green fields, no obstructions in view, plenty of green field options. We are still secure in our seat belts, warning lights are out, engine revs are good, T's and P's are in the green, car heat is 11, now going fully out. Only one last look, ready for auto rotation.
Okay.
Practice, auto rotation, go.
Just check balance. revs.
Okay, pulling out now.
Okay, yeah, still need to work on that balance, not always putting enough right pedal in.
Yeah.
In that there, you could see the ball was out.
Yeah.
Going to put it in there. In the turn, remember, it just needs a little bit more. You're raising the collective lever up on the entry bit, but in the turn, it needs another little up. And then as you roll out, it can come back down again.
Yeah. That's just to slow down the revs of the engine as they
Yeah, the blades have cone up in the turn,
Yeah.
so disloading in the turn, so the revs will increase. So you have to do another little nudge up. Right, we'll do one more of those and then we'll take her home.
Okay. Pulling max power 23. Try and keep it more in trim, see if we can climb a bit quicker. Load. Where am I going to estimate? I think probably just for the M50.
Okay.
By the time I get to 2,500. That is the M50. Oh, two.
It is.
Yep. Okay, so 2,500. So height's 2,500. Area is green fields. We are still securing our seat belts. Warning lights are out. Engine revs are good. P's and P's are in the green. Carb heat is 11. Now fully out. Ready for auto rotation, having a last look. Ready for auto rotation. Practice auto rotation, go. Okay, I'm putting out.
we'll just go up to 1,500 feet and then we'll do a turn onto a heading of about 120 degrees, which will head us in a homeward direction.
Heading to 120, altitude 1,500.
Yep, so we can try a climbing turn. Trying to level off at 1,500 feet in that turn.
Well, it's really windy up here, isn't it? Sometimes.
It is, yeah.
Okay, 1,500 feet. Don't need to keep turning.
Helicopter Golf Alpha November, Tewkesbury for standard helicopter arrival to Heli North.
Golf Alpha November, standard helicopter arrival to Heli North from a 22 right hand, QFE 1008, report 3 miles.
Standard helicopter arrival to Heli North, 22 right, 1008, Wilco Golf Alpha November. See that heading about, actually that heading will do fine. Probably see the airport in the distance.
Yeah. Just
Yep, so
we need to aim slightly to the right of that because we're getting pushed.
yeah,
the
so,
wind.
yeah. So with time and experience, you'll be able to anticipate when you're in a turn to be able to push the cycling stick forward, to be able to continue the turn and also level off from the turn.
Yeah.
At the moment, you're not quite managing that. You can do a climbing turn, but effectively you're adding an extra element to it.
Yeah. So you mean almost pushing over the turn when you get to the height, could have rolled over it.
Yeah. So you're keeping the turn going, but you're pushing forward to get out of the climb. Try not to overfly this village, it's one of the
abatement
noise areas.
Okay, let's go to the east side of that.
Golf to Tower, Golf Bravo Kilo Delta Juliet, information Sierra, QFE 1008, request taxi.
Golf Bravo Kilo Delta
And once you pass the village, you can start descending down to 700 feet.
Okay.
Echo 1, cross 27, Golf Bravo Delta Juliet.
Okay, past the village. Starting my descent to 700 feet. Bit bumpy here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the cloud bubbles, that's what it is.
Yeah, as you get lower as well, you've got a bit more of that sort of mechanical turbulence.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to aim through the gap in the middle of the airport. We can level off momentarily here now. Try and keep it in balance, but bring it across slightly without getting blown too far. That's it. Take off Golf Alpha November, 2 miles.
Golf Alpha November, clear to land, heli north, surface wind 5014.
Clear to land, heli north, Golf Alpha November. So what we almost want to do is come in so that we can be able to turn ourselves into wind a little bit. We almost want to go past the runway so that we have a slightly more into wind element of it.
Okay.
So at the moment you can see the wind is here.
Yeah.
So if we head out towards that barn and those trees there. Got it? There we go.
Yeah.
Aim towards those trees, and when we get to those trees then we'll turn back in towards the airfield.
Okay.
So we're thinking about where the wind's coming from to make our approach more into wind.
Yeah.
Okay, so carving can be fully out.
Carbeat's fully out.
Okay, so from here we can start a descent and turn. Lever going down, start that turn coming in. We're still going to have to turn a little bit more when we get onto the airfield, but it just makes it a little bit easier. We can't overfly the work in progress.
So you're going to go to the left and that to the right.
That's it, so roll it about there. That should be about right. Right pedal for balance. Stick slightly left. We've effectively got to weave it in. Not necessarily a straight path, because straight path's going to take us there, so we can't go over that bit. So now we've got to turn to the left. So weave it round, that's it. Almost down the runway. And then when we get closer, we're going to have to turn it back into wind, but we don't want to end up over the built-up area. So coming round.
Got two birds
Now
here.
turn it round, lever down. Right pedal. Hold it straight. Keep going forward. Keep it going forward. Power coming in. Slowly. Left pedal. Keep it going forward. Keep it going forward till it comes to the hover. Keep it going forward till it comes to the hover. Stabilise your hover. Okay, I've control momentarily.
No control.
So you can see there, because of the wind the way it is, we can't just do a straight in approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to
Quite complex, isn't
S-turn it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because it's important to finish off into wind.
Okay.
And from where we are, that's the best way we could do it for
Yeah.
what we've got. So it's trying to make you think about the wind and how we can end up into wind.
Whilst going around the obstacles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Those obstacles are here to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've just got to learn to
Used to it,
manipulate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to have a nice downwind taxi again. Let's see if we can manage it. So we're basically going to keep taxiing in this direction to get to Yankee. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
So nice, slow, steady pace. Work hard on the pedals. And a walking pace. You have control. See that sort of house on the nose? The cream-coloured house on the nose?
Yeah.
That's where you want to be aiming for. Try not.
Yeah. Too much.
Okay, I have control. So you're doing that same thing again as you were hovering. You're pulling to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's you tensing up. Yeah. So you've
Yeah.
got to learn to think slightly left.
Okay.
Okay.